Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Welcome to my New Year's stream. Today I'm here talking to you about my New Year's resolutions, my year this year, what I've created this year, and just everything in general. So this year I've been doing quite a bit. I've done quite a bit of work on a few things. I did a challenge this year, so the first thing you'll see is my challenge, and that was interesting because it was a challenge that to do it and also doing I was working at the time, so it was like I had to come home from work and then keep illustrating these characters, and that gave me less time to work on it, so it was a challenge to keep up with this challenge, obviously, and it was just great to do it. So it's great. I haven't done any other challenges this year, I don't think. No, I haven't. There were a couple. This was an ArtStation challenge, and there was a couple that I did quite a bit, and yeah, I did a few of them this year, which was awesome. One of these challenges I've done a couple years back, 2 or 3 of them, and that took a bit away from my YouTube streams because I didn't record any of it because I thought it was, it's quite an interesting challenge. I did stream some of it, but I didn't put it on YouTube or anything like that. But I feel like that I should have. Doesn't matter if it's But yeah, the feeling of, it's something I'm working on for a challenge. It wasn't something that I'm working for YouTube, so I didn't really want to record this. And here's another piece I didn't really record. It was me working on some guns, which was another interesting topic that I chose this year, because I'm more into creating characters and creatures and all sorts of stuff like that. So doing something a bit more geometrical, straight lined, and yeah, very technical was very different from me. I don't usually do that kind of thing, so I felt like that helped me in those skills. I felt like I could have done a better job with it. But in the end, it is what it is. I got something out of it, and yeah, went from there. And this year I've done most of it's digital. I have done a few traditional pieces this year, like my hedgehog one, and I did a big painting, I'm pretty sure that was this year, that I finished. So these drawings and paintings are pretty much in the order that I kind of posted them in. So hopefully they're in the right order per se. But that's the order. I think that's the right order of what I finished these pieces in. But there might be 1 or 2 out of order. But I mean, it's no big deal. It's just showing off, basically showing what I've done this year. Like last year, I did a stream. I did a New Year's stream. It was on pretty much New Year's. But this year, I can't really do that. I would like to. I might be able to do some sort of stream on Twitch celebrating the New Year's, but we'll see what happens. I don't know what I'll be doing New Year's yet. It's a few days away, and hopefully you guys have a good New Year's, and I'm looking forward to 2019, and I hope everyone else is looking forward to 2019. So the one here I've got is a painting that I did from sending a concept to a studio. They wanted a test piece, and this was my idea for a creature thing they wanted. So I sent it before here. I sent it because I wanted to get it sent. I didn't want to spend another 2-3 weeks finishing it up and then send it. I wanted to just send it there and there. I didn't want to spend a few weeks trying to finalize it. I kind of needed to get it done and there so that they knew what I could do. And I mean, the potential is always that I could do better with more time, but it's really hard when you've got work and you know, you got like 40, 30, 50 hour weeks sometimes, so you have like less than 2 days to work on something, or you know, not that much time at all to do things. A couple hours at night, and that's about it for the day, you know. So it's yeah, for me, I really think I need to work on that, work on time management. And yeah, I finished quite a few YouTube videos, which was good because well, I actually had the same amount as last year. Like my goal for last year, for 2018, for this year actually, was to do twice as much as 2017. But that goal didn't really grow, I think, because I feel like I've had less time than last year, but I still produced like the same amount of works and the same amount of videos per se. But I mean, the quality and the quantity is different as well. Like I've got a few better pieces than last year per se. You know, I've had quite a few last year that, you know, the start of the year, there were just kind of me creating stuff that wasn't that great. It was just me creating stuff for the purpose of these kind of YouTube videos. And I have been busy, like I said. I've had more work this year, from, you know, start of the year to nearly the finish of the year. I've been, you know, some weeks I'll have a full week of work, other weeks I'll have like one or 2 days. It's the way it is, so I don't plan things. And I've also been busy doing other things for people, per se, like just helping little things out, creating things for them, doing a few tests. I've done a few tests here and there, and that takes a little bit away a little bit of time from these kind of things as well as like looking for jobs and all that other stuff. That always takes a little bit of time out. But you know, this year, 2019, not quite in this year yet, but I'm really thinking about it, what I want to change. I'm starting to do it now because it's kind of a thing. Like Bobby Chio had a video not too long ago talking about his resolutions and how he starts like a month early, kind of a thing, because, you know, if you only start then, it won't happen. And also talking about starting things within 5 seconds. Like, if you think about it, start it within 5 seconds. Otherwise, you'll never get around to doing it. And I feel that that's so true, because, you know, sometimes I might be like, oh, I'll go do those dishes, and I was like, oh, I'll do them later, and it ends up being like 7 PM or 8 PM, and it's like, oh no, I've got to go do those dishes, and it's like, oh, just leave them until the morning. So they never get done until, you know, the morning. So it's that kind of thing that happens. If you don't do it then and there, you probably end up not doing it and leaving it for another time later down the track, which isn't that great, because, you know, you want to get in and do it, or at least start it. You know, it's easy to just start things, and than it is to kind of finish things off. Especially for me, it's easier to start a bunch of pieces and go, and then it's easy enough to go through and finish them all, which is good. But it is, you know, it's that starting ability that you really need. So yeah, this was a piece that I also did as a character design, kind of for someone in a way. So I had that kind of thing going on too. And then I decided I wanted my own character, so I went and designed my own character. So I wanted to improve in texture too, so I did that as well. After all this, I felt like my texture was lacking, so I went in and fixed some of the textures, created texture studies, and that's something I'm hoping to improve on next year. You know, that'll be really great to improve on. So this 2019 goals that I'm thinking of this year, I'm really actually thinking I won't do like the same thing I did last year, so 217. Going into 218, I wanted to do twice as more, and the other goal that I had is doing something for someone, which I kind of achieved in a way, which was good. You know, I did a character design for someone. It's not, I wanted it more to be like, you know, a paid design or something, but I did do something for someone, which was good, and they appreciated it, and which was really awesome. You know, doing character designs for other people is a great idea, especially if you give them character, and then they just give you a little feedback. It's really good to do that. So I did texture studies, as you can see, and then so this year I'm looking at, well, 219 for my goals. I'm looking at my first one just to achieve more. So that means obviously to just kind of get more stuff done per se. It's not as like, oh, I'm going to do twice as more, but you know, making sure that each piece I get something out of. As in achieve more, maybe also learn more, so that I'm doing like more studies. So actually, yeah, I'm actually achieving getting better at a certain texture, or achieving getting better at drawing a character or a creature, you know, that kind of thing. It's my first kind of one. So the second one, I feel like this should be one of the most important. I just wrote them down. I didn't really organize them into what is more important than the other. I just kind of wrote them down when I thought about them. Each one I feel is as important as each other. Some I feel do, like this one, the next one, keeping up with these weekly YouTube videos. To me, that's really important. That's a really important thing for me. Generally because I want to grow this channel. I want to meet new artists. I want to share all my advice every week. And yeah, I just want to share my art and all that stuff. Yeah, I would love to keep these YouTubes going. It's really great to have this channel grow, have it have lots of artists in, and lots of amazing advice. You know, it's great to have it, and it's, you know, if it's a weekly thing, you get way more out of it than you do when I only post like once a month or something. So that's, you know, the main reason why I want it each week, and I really enjoy it. It's just something I do on the weekend with one of my buddies, you know, and yeah, it's really good. So I just want to keep it going. It is a challenge, obviously, and you know, these goals, they've got to be challenging. I always thought about the SMART. Everyone tells you about the SMART, you know, the SMART programs of SMART goals, which are S for specific, M for measurable, A for you agreed upon, realistic, and time-based. So, you know, you kind of need to be specific for goals, because if it's too narrow, if it's like, oh, I just want to do more than last year, then it's like, well, you know, you could do, say I did 15 paintings this year, maybe I might do 16 paintings next year, which, you know, it's just like, oh, you're not really achieving much, you're just doing the same with a little bit extra. So it's not, you know, a specific goal per se. That is measurable. You know, you did more than last year, but it's not as measurable as I want to do 2 times as more as last year. You know, if you did 12, well, then you've got to do 24, you know, per se, change it. But, you know, if you do it that way, you've got something more measurable, then I would just want to do more than next year. That means, you know, you could do anything from 16 to double it, you know. It's not that specific. You know, you got to agree upon your goals. I mean, it is, you know, like going to the gym every day. You've got to actually do it, and I think that goes back to what I was saying before, how you got to actually maybe start getting into routine now if you can, or just before the New Year's, get it going. Like Inktober was really good for me because that got me drawing again every day, doing an ink, getting it out of my comfort zone, and just drawing something every day that was awesome. And also, with those, after the Inktober, I also did some drawings for the book pages that I've got pretty much up now. So some of the book pages that I've got, I did some interesting sketches for after Inktober had finished. I kept on going with those daily drawings for a little bit, but after work creeped up on me a little bit, I was outdoors. I didn't really have time to pick up a sketchbook and draw. And by the time I got home, it's like I've got other things to do, like go cook tea and then pretty much get ready for the next day. And I might get an hour or two in of drawing or something, but not that much time. Or I might be editing a video like this, or piecing a video together or something like that. So I had all those other things I had to do in the afternoon. That took a bit away from that being, which the next one is realistic. You gotta keep it realistic. Like me, setting a goal, to do twice as much next year. I felt that wasn't as realistic because I had more work this year, so if I have less time trying to do twice as more as I did last year, it doesn't, it wouldn't add up. So it wasn't really realistic. It was very ambitious for me to set that goal. It was time based. It was that the whole year I've had to double my stuff. It could have been realistic if I had put in way more energy later on, but I had things during the year. I've just had a daughter not too long ago, near the start of the year, so I've had that to deal with. I've had just a big year. It's been pretty awesome to be here doing these videos each week. I really enjoy doing these videos each week. They really are awesome. I really do enjoy them. And please do subscribe to this channel. I really do appreciate that as well. Growing this channel is would be really awesome. But we'll keep on going. So the next goal is to use my clipboard, my pinboard thing, to help my time management skills. Now I did do this probably the start of last year, or might have been the year before that. No, it was 2017. I think I started to look at how I break up my times during the day to do things, and like time slots. Like I would do it. One time I did it where every day was time slotted, so during the day, during the morning, this was my time to do like drawing or something. Then in the afternoon I was doing my study stuff kind of thing. So I broke it up to certain things during the day, and I would have my lunch break and then suss out other stuff. But it didn't really work that well, but it was okay. And then I did it for weekly, so it would be say Monday to Wednesday I'd be working on one piece, and then from Wednesday to Friday I'd be sussing out doing whatever else I needed to do, like whether it's study or something, studying a drawing. I'll do it during the week, or have specific days as well. Like I did one day I'd be working on this piece, the next day I'd be studying, the next day I'd be drawing, next day I'd be finishing off a piece. It always was a bit interesting to sort it out. And I'd time in like when I'd do sketches, when I'd do final drawings and stuff. And that helped a little bit. So I'm thinking of doing that a little bit more. Somehow I've cleaning up my board a little bit, and I'm going to be putting things up there. Just trying to build up those time management skills a little bit more. It is, it's a bit harder now that I haven't got anyone down my back saying, oh, you've got a due date tomorrow, you really have to get this in. Now, apart from, the YouTube videos of me wanting to get these videos out each week, that's the only thing that's kind of keeping me being like, oh yeah, I really need to get this done by now, so that I have a video, and that really pushes me to keep going, which is a really good thing. That's why, another reason why I keep these YouTube videos up, and it's really awesome to have that. So, if you're at home and you're like, doing your own work, that's a good thing to have something that pushes you to, finish a piece every week, or finish a piece every 2 weeks, depending on how you are like, or finish a piece every day if you're really ambitious and quite good at what you do, and quite confident at keeping up with that kind of schedule. So the fourth goal I've got of this year is to make more short-term goals. Last year I didn't really make many, or I made a few short-time goals. Like, I think I made one, which was finish off my character design that you saw at the start, to finish them off and get them all into the competition. That was one of my goals of mine, and I achieved it, and I felt really good about achieving it, I could have done better, but that's everything about it, you keep learning and learning. You've got to make mistakes to learn from them. But yeah, making short-term goals is really good and rewarding, because, long-term goals are like 218 to 219, that's quite long for 1 year, or maybe setting a goal for 3 years time or something. Those are, you don't really feel anything until the year goes, or the 3 years goes, or whatever, so you can't really get any rewards from it. That's what I thought I was in Smart. It was rewarding, but it's actually realistic, which is interesting. I feel like I need a bit more rewards throughout the year. It's been rewarding me doing these videos every week, because I just see you guys responding to the channel. I see all the artists that I talk to. I get really great feedback. They really quite enjoy talking to me, and being on the chat to chat about their art, and just general life as being an artist, especially in this day and age in this field. Talking about some of the things I've gone through, and some of the things I want to achieve and things like that, which is really great for me, and it's really great for you audience to hear that kind of stuff. So making more short-term goals, so maybe something like, I want to finish this piece off. You'll all get 3 or 5 pre-recorded videos ready, so it's not so stressful, because if I have heaps of pre-recorded videos, then I don't feel so stressed and rushed to keep creating. I don't feel so stressed like I'm a wheel on a car, just keep going, and then I run out of tire on the wheel, kind of a thing. I actually can take my pace and finish things off nicely. It doesn't seem so rushed and everything. Kind of like my Merry Christmas. It wasn't exactly a lot of time spent on it, but I was only meant to do it for one day. It ended up being like 2-3 days or more, and it ended up pretty good. You know, I could have done better, but that's the way it ended up. So yeah, we got one more goal, and that is to watch more Schoolism. So yeah, I've been on Schoolism for probably 2-3 years now. Since I finished School of Design back in 2017, I went on to Schoolism at the end of the year. I started out on creature design, doing creature design with Tara Whitlatch, and then I did creature design with Bobby Chio, I'm pretty sure, and then now I've gone on to character design with Daniel Arriaga. And I've been on that course for a wee while. You know, I don't get a lot of time to do it, but I do in the background watch videos of those videos and listen, and some of that knowledge and that they share in those videos does help for these kind of things that I do, like the character designs, the landscapes as well. That really helps. So I'm looking at watching more next year, and you know, I'm not too sure yet. Like, I'm still, you know, thinking about how I could do that. What more means, whether it's going to be like twice as more. I at least want to achieve twice as more. But how do I know how much? You know, I don't know how much I watched last year or this year. So it's hard to tell, but in saying that, I'm thinking at least if I finish off Daniel Arriaga's course within 1 month, I can get on to the next one. So I'm looking at maybe watching, or at least watching all the different classes, you know, once a month, and hopefully I can get through it. It is a challenge because I don't exactly have a lot of time, like I say, and when I do become more illustrative, I don't exactly want to watch Schoolism all the time. You know, I want to paint and listen to music sometimes, or I want to just laugh at some funny videos or something while I paint, or things like that, so you'll de-stress from the day or something like that. But I definitely do enjoy it. I do enjoy watching Schoolism, so it's something I'm going to mark in my schedule, kind of a thing. So I might make it that, you know, at a certain time of day, I have to have these videos playing. I can't be watching, you know, YouTube. I can't be listening to music. This is my time to watch Schoolism or something. Yeah, I'll just find things. Those are my goals to hopefully achieve for next year, for 2019, for the New Year's. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Hopefully, yeah, you gained something from it. And you know, let me know if you have any resolutions down in the description for 2019. I'd really like to see if you set your goals, if you have achieved your goals from this year, from 2018, or if you have any questions about my goals either. That'd be awesome. Yeah, this year I'm definitely going to be a goal setter, because last year I was just like, I set some goals and I wasn't really into it that much. I was just like, I didn't kind of know where I was going, and yeah, you know, I was getting a lot of kind of per se rejection, you know, from applying for studios and having trouble getting jobs and all that stuff. So it was a bit hard to be like, oh, I need to set a goal and I need to follow it. So I feel like me doing those smaller goals will really help. So yeah, I'm hoping to have these goals all throughout the year, and hopefully they do yeah, keep me going, and hopefully next year 2019 will be an awesome year. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, we should be able to keep up with these weekly videos. I really hope you guys enjoy these. Do share with your friends. I really appreciate that. Do leave a lovely comment. Like I said, leave a comment about your resolutions if you got any. Thanks for joining me for this year. I hope you enjoyed all my videos this year. This year I had just as much videos as I did last year, like I said, and I had pretty much just as much paintings as I did as last year. So I mean, I didn't achieve my goal for this year, but hopefully in 2019 I'm looking at really just pushing it and really looking at my time schedule, and yeah, being really more ambitious than I was this year. I'm kind of starting now. I'm starting early so that you know, it digs in and that I do actually achieve them rather than just kind of set them and another year passes by. It's been really fast year, so I hope you guys did enjoy all my videos. Thanks for like, share, subscribe if you have. Yeah, just leave something in comments. Yeah, have a good one. Goodbye. Happy New Year's.